So today, let's talk about how the Ford Maverick order guide and order banks, meaning when the factory is going to start taking 2023 orders, how that's been pushed back, as well as production for 2022s. That's been extended as well. Same thing for the Bronco. So we've got Ford Maverick and Ford Bronco news. Now, right before we do get to that, I just want to mention two things real quickly. First of all, at the end of this show, we're going to kick right into, the next show is going to be a live. So if this comes out Friday, well, that means just right up coming after this, there's going to be a live where I'm going to answer all your questions in regards to this. And we can also go back to, things that I've covered in the last little while, such as, getting the right deal at the dealer, the steps you need to take to make sure that you're covered, you're safe, and that your transaction is, pretty much bulletproof. But that's going to be in the live. Today, what we're talking about is the kind of huge Maverick and Bronco news. In the live, we'll talk about what that means. So we'll discuss what that means, and I'm there to answer your questions. But really, the big news is, Ford does plan on building 4,000 Mavericks in October. And they're going to build them until November 7th. So that means that there's been an extension to how long they're building out 2022 Ford Mavericks. We'll talk about what that means, whether this is bad, whether this is good, in the live. So let's make sure we do cover all your questions. But here is the really interesting part of all this. This extended build time is going to be for EcoBoosts only, and not a single luxury package is going to be covered. Is going to be built. So no luxury packages off of obviously the XLT and Lariat, because, they don't have one for the XL. So they're building what you could call simple builds. So no heated seats, no heated exterior mirrors. And I've been saying this since, basically since we could order Mavericks, avoid accessories. The original order guide was talking about, delays in regards to certain accessories, and I just flat out said avoid all accessories. But in this case, it's being put pretty clearly, avoid the tri-fold covers. So that's not the soft folding, that's the one that folds. It's hard sections that fold, so 3 sections. So both hard and soft, basically any folding cover. But my advice to you throughout all of this has been just avoid all accessories. Get them from the parts department when you're a little bit before your Maverick shows up. Order them up so that they're there waiting for you, or just go with the aftermarket. Now, you heard right. Scheduling does go into until November, and including November 7th. So that means the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, those will likely be down days where the factory is, you could say, coming up with new procedures, retooling, switching in and out machines, making sure everything's up and running for the 2023, and all those minor adjustments we won't see. And then they're going to start building out 2023s November 11th. So that's when they're going to start pumping out 2023 Ford Mavericks. It's going to be November 11th. What does this mean? What's the impact if you've already ordered, and what's the impact if you have not ordered yet? Will be covered in the live, because I need a good amount of time to kind of work through all that, and I want to answer all the questions that arise from that. But I also want to mention that for the Bronco order banks now open September 9th. So pretty close to the Maverick. The Maverick, as of September 15th, you can put in your order for your 2023. Now, certainly hope that order guides will be out. I'd love if the build-in price on the internet was up and running, but I doubt it will be. I think it'll come a few weeks later, and who knows, maybe even 2 months later in Canada for the .ca website. But you've got September 15th for the Ford Maverick, September 9th for the Ford Bronco, and then the 23rd of November, they're going to actually start building 2023 Broncos. So November 23rd, 2023 Broncos start to get built. What does this mean if you're a 2021 or a 2022 orderer? Well, we're going to cover that also in the live. All the good, all the bad, and some must know, because I am certain now that dealership, Originally last summer I was saying watch out, where you order from is important. Ask them roughly how many vehicles they're going to get per month versus where you are on their list. So if they're getting 2 per month and you're number 80, well, we've got a serious problem. So very important questions. Then it looked like things were being built just by date. Well, that was just by date based on regional distribution as well as dealer distribution. So your dealer is still important. We'll talk about that and more in the live. I just want to mention that, there is some positive. I don't want it to seem like, if you order a Bronco, it's going to be 2 years, because that's not necessarily the case. That can be the case, but not necessarily. If you order a Mach-E, it's not necessarily going to be, a year and a half. There are definite horror stories out there, but the dealer you order from, super important. So here are a few examples. First, let's talk Ford Maverick. So Lariat EcoBoost all-wheel drive with Lux package. So Lariat EcoBoost all-wheel drive with Lux package, ordered February 9th, arrived in Montreal July 8th, and at the dealer August 1st. So first of all, things can get stuck at the rail yard waiting for it to be taken out of the container, put on a transport truck, and then delivered to the dealership. Yeah, they can get stuck there for, these days, it can be over a month even. It can be up to 6 weeks. So that's unfortunate, but that's just a reality I want to share with you all. Now, I'm not doing this section in the live because I do want to, this takes a lot more editing on my end, but I want to make sure that there's actual photos so you can actually see these things, make it concrete and real. And hey, who doesn't like seeing great looking Broncos, Mavericks, and Mach-E's in various colors? So blue hybrid, XLT with hitch. So no Lux package, just a blue hybrid XLT with hitch, ordered October 20th, 2022. Well, that showed up around the end of July. I don't have the exact date, but it was end of July. Now, and I might correct that in the editing for an exact date. A gray EcoBoost all-wheel drive Maverick with 4K. So again, no Lux package. Unlike that hybrid XLT, that also didn't have a Lux package, ordered October 20th. So that one jumped ahead our July 17th, which turned into a July 30th order, but that jumped ahead because it doesn't have the Lux package. Now, gray EcoBoost all-wheel drive Maverick, 4K, no Lux package, February 25th, and, well, showed up 19th, right around the 19th of July, so not that long. No Lux package, just 4K on your all-wheel drive EcoBoost. So clearly, hopefully you're starting to pick up some patterns here. If not, I will put it out pretty clearly and we can talk about it in the live. Blue Lariat all-wheel drive. Here's another one. A blue Lariat all-wheel drive with luxury pack and 400-watt converter. Ordered March 9th, 2022. It was then scheduled April 24th for a May 30th build. May 20th, pushed to June 7th. So we've all seen it. We've all heard about it. Sometimes you get pushed back out. Then June 16th, it was declared produced, but it was waiting until June 15th to enter trim line. Then June 22nd, it shipped out from Ramp 54. And July 8th, Montreal arrived at dealer the 22nd. So near the end of the month of July. Now, so you can see luxury package definitely can add a delay, but doesn't hurt quite as much when it's on an EcoBoost. The real kicker is the hybrid. The battery is rare, and then when you add Lux on top of that, you're getting into some real problems. It's the way it's been. It's important. I want to get this information out because better that we know and have a good idea than to, get the impression that we think it's going to, if the dealer tells you, oh, don't worry, your Maverick will show up in 2 months. I'd rather know it's going to be a long wait than to just get disappointed. We'll talk about that in live as well because I've got a little bit of personal information in regards to a Bronco I'm hunting after. And, well, comes down to taking steps to make sure that you don't have trouble with the dealership. Some dealerships can be dirty, others can be absolutely fantastic and really make the experience so much better. But let's talk about the Mach-E now. So Ford Mustang Mach-E, super popular, getting about 70% of the sales from people who aren't current Ford owners. So really drawing in people from all sorts of different manufacturers, trading in their BMWs, their Mercedes, all sorts of brands. So you've got this Mach-E here to give you an idea about equipment versus delays, and it will vary from one dealership to another. We'll talk about that, save that for the live, so this video is more timely. But because here I just really want to make sure I get actual pictures to what I'm saying, and I have trouble throwing in pictures when we do live. So a Cyber Orange Mach-E GT all-wheel drive with Copilot 360 Active 2.0. So lots of microchips and no active parking or self-parking. Ordered March 22nd. It showed up around the 20th of July, right around the 22nd of July. Now, why would this happen? This requires a lot of microchips. The thing is, the factory will have a certain amount of parts for various models. So if the factory thinks, if it's all set up so that, let's say, it assumes 10% of orders will be for a GT model, well, you might jump ahead of a whole lot of people if only 7% of purchases of orders are actually for the GT. So that means there's like a remaining 3, or it can be 5% left over. They've got these parts sitting there. So it's already been planned and allotted to build those. Well, they're gonna get, you could say, passed out, dished out. And it can be that you get your Mach-E, or it can work for a Maverick, it can work for a Bronco. You can get pushed ahead. Just like for a while, Ford on the Bronco was saying, take a big bend, soft top, 2.3, and you'll get it sooner. And that's just because they had less people jump on that model with that equipment than expected. So what happened? They've got these parts. They can't build others because everyone wants to have a wild track and they don't have enough parts to build all the wild tracks that people want. So they take microchips and throw them on the Big Ben because they've got parts sitting around for a Big Ben. Well, same thing for a Mach-E GT. Relatively quick turnover time if you do order a Mach-E GT. Now, an antimatter gray Mach-E GT with MagneRide. So microchips, obviously, that MagneRide suspension, a GT model. It's got all the electronics you could imagine. Well, that was ordered March 10th. Showed up right around the 20th of July. You've got also a Select. So the Select model is the entry-level Mach-E. GT is the highest. It's got everything imaginable. And well, what can I say about a Mach-E Select? It has power windows and electric doors. It does not have that much. It still has the big screen, but it doesn't have all the high-tech, basically pretty much autonomous driving, or the access to Blue Cruise. Doesn't have heated seats, doesn't have electric seats, doesn't even have an electric tailgate. And well, that went quickly. That was ordered January 27th and was delivered July 17th. So very fast compared to some Mach-E's. Now here is a pretty good contrary example, something that took a while longer. Select model with technology package, ordered November 3rd, 2021, delivered July 15th. So this is about proportions. A lot of people, because of rebates, want a Select all-wheel drive with tech package, or just Select with tech package. Now, if the factory gets a lot more demand than the actual supply, available parts, well, microchips might very well go towards a GT. So basically, Select tech package, that's a bit longer. Select all-wheel drive without tech package, pretty darn quick. March 17th to July 15th. Now, a rear wheel drive, so propulsion, no tech, October 15th, 2021, delivered June 28th. So why that one took longer? I have no idea. My only guess is that rear-wheel drive, the proportion that they're sending to Canada and especially Quebec are probably pretty low, because Ford probably doesn't expect very many people in a northern climate to be asking for a propulsion model, because parts-wise, there's no tech package on it. So pretty simple build for them. Now, a premium big battery. Ordered January 12th, 2022, delivered July 15th. I can say that premium model, that's the high model. Well, GT is the highest. Premium, you could say, is in the middle. Well, a premium with the big battery, so the extended range battery, ordered January 12th, delivered July 15th. So relatively quick. Makes me think that at least for this region, the demand is, I think the factory can build these in a relatively good amount of time. And I say relatively good amount of time, I should say a comparatively great amount of time, because if you're looking at Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, you're looking at anything hybrid and especially all electric, you're looking at really long delays, well over a year and a half, and in some cases upwards of 5 years. That's the real deal when I talk to people who are directly working at those companies. Now, a Mach-E Select Technology Package, another example, November 26th, delivered right around July 20th. Now for the Broncos. Broncos can be a real, we'll talk about this in the live, so much depends on dealership and, dealership allotment versus how many reservations they picked up and how many sales they picked up after, once reservations were closed. So the Broncos, you can have a two-door, be 2 years, but ordered at the right dealership, a two-door Bronco, Badlands, hardtop, no hitch. So one less constrained item, definitely no clear wrap on the front. That is definitely something, and I'll cover that in the live, things to avoid on your order. But just a straight up Badlands, hardtop, no hitch, with a 2.7 liter and leather, ordered October 8th, just showed up end of July. Bronco two-door Wild Track. So Wild Tracks, definitely way more demand than actual supply. Big issue, but sometimes, a lot of the Wild Track orders, people want Luxe package. With hitch, they kind of take it all dressed. Well, this was ordered January 19th, 2022, but with no hitch, but it does have the Luxe package, and it showed up at the very end of July. So really impressed there. What dealership you order from is extremely important. It's all about allotments versus where you are on their list. A Bronco four-door Sasquatch, 2.7 liter Outer Banks Sasquatch with a hitch. But then there's the soft top. So many people are waiting for a hard top. Build percentages on hard tops have gotten a lot better, but there's a lot of catch up to do. But that was ordered March 22nd and showed up end of July. Yellow Bronco 2.7 liter Sasquatch, Outer Banks, with hitch and soft top and luxury package, ordered February 9th, 2022. And guess what? That showed up very end of July. So what's the key there? The dealership you order from, avoiding hard top, and not also asking for Wild Track. So many people ask for Wild Track, so it's an Outer Banks. Once you go Sasquatch, you're getting all the wild, fantastic suspension, the 35-inch tires. So why not Sasquatch something other than the Wild Track? The Wild Track, there's just way too much demand for it. Now in the live, if you've got Lightning questions, do bring your Lightning questions, because we'll talk about what to expect on the Lightning, because those definitely, there's no secret recipe to getting a Lightning quicker. So we'll talk about really what to expect if you order a Lightning now, and what to expect if you have ordered a Lightning. Just if it interests you, ask it in the questions section, in the comments section, in the live, be part of the live chat. And if there's, one or two questions about the Lightning, hey, I'll cover that, but let's save that for, I'm not going to say another time, let's save that for the video coming up right after this. So do stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button, because it does help feed a poodle. Would appreciate if you hit that like button for my extra efforts. And thank you very much to the JCCR crew. the members. Very, very helpful to the community and to me as well. So thank you very much for all your feedback. Drop a comment. And in the meantime, I wish you all more cars and more power. And if it's your thing, I do hope that you get to put the pedal to the metal pretty soon. Take care and see you in the live. Oh, by the way, Mach-E will be joining us. So we're gonna drop some of this information on her in the live because good news and bad news. We'll share that with her and see her reaction. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you literally very soon.